Good morning and welcome to Hancock County Chamber's monthly coffee call. Each second Friday, we hold these sessions so we can give you information on the community and what's going on within our great community in Hancock County. So today we're going to be meeting specifically with Mayor Mike Favre of Bay St. Louis. He's going to give us some updates on several projects and a lot of things going on in Bay St. Louis. And right now I want to go and introduce myself. I'm Jason Chiniche with Chiniche Engineering and Surveying. And I'm also the Chamber Board of Directors President. We have another sponsor for today, and we want to introduce the Hollywood Casino Group. General Manager Michael Prendergast is he able to join us right now? I don't know if he's joining us just yet, but we've met with Mr. Prendergast a few months back when he took over the Gulf Coast unit, and we welcome him to Hancock County to Bay St. Louis. Two of his team members have joined us. And I'll go ahead and introduce those two. So we have J.D. Hill, who's also on. He's the Vice President of Marketing for Hollywood Casino and Boomtown Casino. Good morning, J.D. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. Tish and I have met up several times, and a few of you guys on the call I've met before. So those of you I haven't, I look forward to spending a little time with you and getting to know you. It feels like that will be closer or sooner rather than later with some of the restrictions being lifted. I got my first vaccination shot 2 days ago. So now I feel a little bit better about getting out myself, and hopefully everybody else will as well. But a little bit about me, and believe me, I don't want to take over too much. I'm a native Mississippian. So born, raised, Walls, Mississippi. So that's the northwestern corner of the state. And this move with Penn National Gaming gets me back home. And I'm going to put deep roots down here. I'm a lover of all things Mississippi. I'm a lover of community. And I like to think that both the Hollywood and Boomtown are good stewards of that. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out.
It is good meeting you and everything. Looking forward to getting with you and all, and and discuss a lot of good things going on at the Hollywood and everything. So, City of Bay St. Louis, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, JD, for that update, and welcome to the coast. The other member of Hollywood is Ashley Ellis. We turn it over to Ashley to give us a brief introduction, and he's the director of the food and beverage for Hollywood Gulf Coast and Boomtown Biloxi.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, everybody, for letting me participate with this. I really look forward to getting to know the community and joining the team that you guys have all worked so hard to build. I am not a Mississippian. I'm proud Mississippian now, and transplant here just within the past couple of months, coming from Nevada through Texas, spent a few years in Texas, and really excited to be here. My wife and I moved our family here just so we could be a part of this wonderful thing that you created and hopefully represent Hollywood and Boomtown well for you guys.
Good deal. Thank you, Ashley. And again, welcome to Mississippi and welcome to the Gulf Coast. We're honored to have you guys join us today and have you as a part of the community. We've got some exciting things going on between the Chamber and Hollywood Casino. I know we've got the annual Swing for the Cause golf tournament that's coming up on March 30th. I'm looking forward to that. We had to postpone that several times, so we're finally getting that scheduled. So it'll be a great event. It benefits about 20 different community causes. So if anybody that is interested in playing in that, please let us know at the Chamber, and we'll get a team going for that. So we're going to move on now to the main speaker, Mayor Mike Favre. We want to get several updates. There's a lot of stuff going on in Bay St. Louis right now.
A lot of exciting things happening.
So we'll turn it over to the mayor to talk. I guess first on the list is water clarity.
Yeah, first off, thanks everybody for putting this on, allowing us to be here and share some information with everyone. Hollywood, welcome aboard. Welcome to Bay St. Louis. As stated before, y'all play a major role in the city of Bay St. Louis and Hancock County as a whole. So if you ever need anything, give us a call, and we're right around the corner. Clarity of water, that's a pretty good subject to start on there. Last couple of days, just a little quick update, we've seen some difference in our water clarity. The county opened sent us some water from their end coming in. through utility authority. We've done some things on our end to try to help clear up some of the water, working with the health department and all. So a combination of two things has happened. And, you know, one of the big things is that we buy water from a utility authority. You know, I think it was all intended at one time that would happen. We're working on that. It's something that's been in the works for quite a while now, and was able to take that first step in opening the water and monitor and see what the citizens are getting. You know, I think it's been open in the past, I'm told, and not sure if it was monitored where we could really see a difference in it for any length of time. So, you know, a lot of good feedback on this. You know, the council's looking forward to moving forward with it. You know, what's best for the citizens. You know, there's a lot of things to be ironed out. You know, it's not like just open a valve and let it flow. You know, a lot of cost updates and everything and responsibilities on that end. So again, working with the utility authority with David and everybody and the council, and just looking forward to moving on with that. I know Hollywood, that would probably be a big help for y'all out there at the hotel. I know we send all our information to y'all when needed as far as our water quality. And I know the clarity of it is a major concern of y'all, and along with the hospital and all of our citizens. So hopefully we can get it upgraded and everything, and it will improve everybody's water clarity.
The clarity, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a great point to make. The
Yeah.
quality is, we've never had any issues with the quality of the water from a
No.
health department
No.
or sampling or testing standpoint.
That is correct. Our water is very good as far as the quality, and we all know it has a tainted color on it sometimes, a little worse, and that's what they've been working with the chlorine, the amounts put in, trying to clear it up, and a couple other items as well. So,
Okay, good. We'll look forward to keep tracking that, monitoring that, and see how that can benefit the rest of the community. All right, we'll go on to the next big topic. A lot of paving going on around the town. Main
yeah.
Street's been closed for about a week and a half. Should be open back up within about another week. Tell us a little bit about what your administration and the council has done to move forward with some paving in these areas.
you know, one of the things 4 years ago, you know, recognizing again, you know, the need for the paving. We did a bond maybe 7 years ago, got a lot of paving done. Some in the annexed area, you know, we call Ward 6, didn't get everything. So now we're focusing the majority of this bond will go to that, to specifically in Ward 6, the annexed areas out there. Still, every ward's got a share of money coming. It'll be spread, you know, if we still a need, we're looking at need streets and everything. There was a study done a while back through the Development Authority, and they graded all of our streets and everything. So we're using that list as help to try to figure out what streets need to be done. So, but anyway, we're looking forward, hopefully in the next month, get started out there in Ward 6 with the DBST and the paving itself, and I'll be two separate bids and all that we've received on that. So, you know, moving fast forward in the next few weeks, we hope to see asphalt and the DBST on the streets and all laid. The rest of the city's coming. You know, you mentioned Main Street, that was phase 1, you know, just a small little phase concrete and down in front of police department with the heavy trucks in and out trying to protect our streets with concrete instead of asphalt. Got 2 other little projects with concrete as well. One at the end of Spanish Acres and cul-de-sacs where the school buses and everybody turns around, you know, the big garbage trucks and all. So that's another area we're gonna concrete. I think it's Woods Place. You got a little circle at the end of their street. And then we should start seeing asphalt being laid in this area of the town also. So looking very forward, trying to get roads raised out there and drainage taken care of at the same time, you know, to go along with the roads and all. So big project coming, and looking forward to kicking that off.
Yeah, we do ask everyone to be patient with the
Yeah.
crews as they're working in the areas.
It does, you know, it is an inconvenience at time with the big trucks and all, and they do block the road from time. We just, you know, have patience with us. They're not gonna be there for long. They'll be in and out your area. You know, the council's been very good with this. You know, they've all have their input in it to what streets need to be done and everything, and the drainage, raising the roads and all. So, you know, it's been a great team effort with the city and all, and we were able to provide this and everything and float the bond. So thanks to them as well, you know, and the citizens also for being patient throughout time.
Okay, looking forward to those projects kicking
Yeah.
off and come to completion. All right, another big announcement recently is Amtrak and the depot improvements. There's a couple of different projects down there with the grounds improvements and the building improvements, and looks like Amtrak is going to be a done deal moving in. So tell us what's going on at the depot.
Amtrak says they're gonna be ready for 2022.
Mhm.
Probably the spring of that we're looking at right now, right around the corner when you start looking at the way it's going. So with this, we was able to secure a bond for the deck and everything, or grant, I mean, for the grant, ADA accessibility on off the train and all back at the depot. In the meantime, we've also received a $1.5 million grant through MDA through the state. Most of that's gonna be used on the grounds, and the intent there, 4 years ago, we looked at it, we wanted to start tying in the depot area to the downtown and make a connection, try to revitalize the depot district, with the building. One time there's a lot of rich heritage and everything back there with the bars and the restaurants and everything. It was a great area, and so we're trying to revitalize that, connect it. There's some great projects from the private sector that's going to connect in between as well. Got some condos and all being looked at in a couple areas. So really, we're starting to connect those two areas and expand our downtown into the depot and depot into downtown. Got some great news on the back this week here. We're applying for more funding to try to get the ADA and everything up to stand us in the depot for the train. Amtrak has stepped in and said they're going to take that over and be responsible for ADA ramps on and off trains, everything on the backstage back there. That's going to free up a couple $100,000 for us to do other projects back at the depot. So it was great news this week we received on that and everything, and looking forward, hopefully by May we have everything in line and start the work and everything at the depot. But there's, we're looking at a small amphitheater area back there, ground improvements, maybe some things for the wedding. We're looking at closing I think it's Keller Street over there, have an outdoor place for weddings over there connected to the community hall. So there's a lot of great upgrades coming back there. We feel like we're gonna be able to host some events and to really kick that area off.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement going on back there.
Yeah, that'll be some huge improvements to that area,
will.
and the restaurants that are moving in and the little shops across the street. I think it's going to be a great addition to the city.
Yeah, and we already have that barbecue place back there. Try it out. He's back there, got a couple of retail places. One's in place now, got some more coming. Go back and check it out. Got plenty more coming back there.
Yeah, all right, good. So that's exciting news for Bay St. Louis for sure. Let's move on to another topic, the harbor. The harbor's been a catalyst for economic development and growth within the entire city and specifically for the downtown area. Of course, Pier 5 is nearing completion. We'll go into some of those details, and then maybe you can tell us a little bit about the filming that's going on down there right now for the movie.
Yeah, been working on Pier 5 for a while. I got kicked around with COVID and all, slowed a little bit here and there. But we're looking to finish that up probably by the end of the month and start having boats in the slips and everything. So that's going to be a huge draw for down there. It's another close to 50 slips, I think it is total, being added. So with that, with the hotel, of course, the hotel's online now, not fully finished with the parking. They've got that worked out as well. So between the hotel and the boats, that's another 100+ rooms, that people can come for. There is a movie going on. It's pretty good to be filming down there. It's almost like way back with, when the other movies were filmed here and all, but they're here to probably the end of the month filming. Stop by, check it out. They're there every day. Nighttime, they're doing some filming and all. It's be a good little movie. A lot of publicity for Bay St. Louis and all.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of good publicity.
Yeah.
The improvements at the harbor, they're also looking at some fuel dock improvements for some more efficient fuel dispensers and fuel sales. The day pier has been extended, so now it's completely, it's the entire length of the Rutherford Fishing Pier. And from my understanding with the new harbor master, that day pier fills up usually by noon on Saturday, Sunday. So there's a lot of interest in the harbor, a lot of activity down there. And maybe you want to talk about the new harbor master. He's been with us a couple of weeks.
We our previous harbor master left, went to private sector down in Florida. we hired Sean Hale. He came on board, I think, probably about 3 weeks now, somewhere in that neighborhood. Dwayne's still down there aggravating everybody. No, look, Dwayne did a great job. Sean's gonna be great for the area. He's from up outside of Jackson area pretty much, in the harbor business up there, marina and all. And he's a great guy. While you're down there filming, look him up and and get to chat with him a little bit. One of the other things, you mentioned daycare. Yeah, it's time we start looking for more daycare somewhere. We finished up the demolers and ramp going down to the harbor down there. We're in the process right now. We'll talk about that later with new projects coming up as well. But looking at access from Auburn Avenue to the beach down there, and hopefully to get started on that in the very near future. So that's a great project too.
Yeah, there's a lot going on downtown at the harbor
There
for
is.
sure.
And
Let's talk about safety. Public safety complex, our police department. They've been in a sardine can the past few months, probably close to a year. So it looks like we finally got some movement on their new home.
we do. Once again, we was able to, secure some money from MDA, working with legislature and everybody up there, with council, administration, everybody working, trying to get these grants. Your office as well. A lot of thanks goes out to everybody, our leaders in Jackson, local leaders, Brent did a great job with us, some of our neighbors down the coast and everything. So we was able to secure $1 million. We have another $500,000 to go with it. We're gonna try to up that some and build a place that for our police officers and all that he can be proud of, their own place. They've been, like you said, they've been in a sardine camp for a few years now. So it's a much needed complex. We plan on building it right next to the fire department on Main Street. And, we're gonna build what's needed, and we want to be able to grow into it. So looking forward to kicking that off. Again, that's in the planning stages. We hope to see some groundwork maybe by summertime. I think maybe realistic, sometime middle of summer. So if we can get them guys at home and all, and possibly maybe even move the court department in with them, it'd be a big plus for that.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing that project
Yeah, that
take off.
again, that's one of the ones for years we've looked at trying to secure funding and find the funding. And again, the city is in great shape as far as finance. So we'll have a few options how we can possibly, add more money to that project to really set it off.
Okay. Well, good. That's great for the police department. Sure, that helps with the morale and
It does.
retaining officers.
And look, they have not complained about the only thing they complain about the air conditioning.
Yeah.
When it gets cut off in the middle of the night. But no, look, we've got a great department. They've come a long ways, got great people working there. And we lose a couple of them from time to time, to Homeland Security and it's, you hate to see people leave, but you're proud of the fact that they're able to go to places like that, so hats off to the chief, assistant chief, and the entire department.
Yeah. Well, good. They've been fun to work with, and they've been easy to work with on
They have.
laying everything out. So I've enjoyed that. All right. I guess finally we'll talk about two projects that are coming that aren't very sexy, but we got to have them. Sewer. Tell us about the Sunset sewer issues and upgrades, and then Ramonita and Lift Station 1.
Yeah, start with, I guess, Sunset, Highland through there. We'll be replacing the existing sewer line, work with the NDEQ. They was able to get grants for us and everything through your office with the help of others and all. We hope to get started on that in the next couple of months, I think. We'll run a whole new line. Hopefully we can, make improvements through there as well that will stop any type of overflow or anything in that area, Again, it's not a pretty thing, but it's a much needed thing that goes straight out to the bay there. And we'll do anything we can on our end to prevent that. Ramonita, there's some upgrades coming to the lift station there as well. We'll put a new pump in down there with a bypass so we can pump more out. What it is, a lot of that infiltration when the heavy rains and all, it gets into our system. We do smoke testing all the time, trying to close up all holes and all, whether it's in people's yard, with caps off, busted clean out or whatever. And you know, we get so much infiltration through that that at times it overflows, and so we're looking forward on that.
Yeah, those would be two
Two good
projects.
projects there.
Yeah, much needed.
Much needed on DEQ's end, and we, you know, again, thank them for coming up and helping us find the funds and all.
Sure. Well, we're getting close to wrapping things up. One thing that we have noticed, particularly with my company and just all the activity within the town, are the new visitors that we have. There's a tremendous amount of building going on, residential construction. A lot of folks are moving in. I think that they like what happened in Bay St. Louis during COVID. They feel comfortable over here, so a lot of those folks are moving over, making this their permanent home or second home. So,
It has really taken off, you know, and you're right. I think COVID is that people came and all, they're not leaving.
mhm,
You know, a lot of them working from home, that, you know, from the city and all, and they come over here, they finding places to stay, housing, new housing development. It's just off the charts right now. Anywhere's on that waterfront, you go out that way, you know, you finding 2, 3, 5 homes in the neighborhood going up. Downtown, the city of Bay St. Louis, Cedar Point starting to take off again. So we're in as far as the city goes with new things, new building and all residential, we're in great shape. Got some good projects coming in with some smaller subdivisions and everything. You know, worked hard on a few of them, try to you know, meet the needs of the residents in that community in that area and all, you know, and so looking forward to that. Again, it's just unbelievable amount of people coming to the city and staying. And I think you're starting to see it in the neighboring cities down in Waveland. They starting to take off as well. So it's really a good thing. You know, what's good for us is good for everybody else in the county and community and all. So, and that's the good thing.
that's right.
One of the other things we do have, you know, the boat launch at
That's right.
603. It's not a forgotten thing. We're waiting on permits. Hopefully in the next month or so,
We should have the permit.
end of April sometime, we should have all the permits. We get moving, the funds are there, you know, so that's not a problem. The other thing we're looking at was funded for turning lanes off 603 on the
Right.
safety issue
Mhm.
through MDOT. It's been approved and all, waiting on funds for that. I'm not sure when that's gonna come, and they're pretty slow moving, but the plan is taking all the main streets and everything and extending the turn lanes to get us off, you know, Highway 603 and all onto the side roads and all. It's two great projects, but the boat launch, we hope to have that thing sometime ready to go by the middle of summer.
Good deal. That'll be
so-
much needed out in that area.
It is, there's a lot of excitement about that,
Mhm.
getting people back on the water, especially, you know, summertime coming.
That's right. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that we were gonna go over. Mayor, everybody knows you're unopposed in this next election, so
Man,
congratulations to that.
thank you.
I think that's a testament to your leadership and what you've done for Bay
Oh,
St.
that's-
Louis.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
You know, and, you know, it's a great team we have, you know, the council, you know, the team that was put together at City Hall and the administration and everything. Look, hats off to them. Nothing can happen without them. You know, council's been very supportive of everything that anything we wanted, they've pretty much has given. And it's hats off to them for their leadership, looking into it down the road and everything on what's needed and how to improve the city as well. You know, so a great team effort on behalf of everyone and our citizens, you know, and the support we have. So hats off to the entire city.
yeah, it's been exciting around Bay St. Louis for sure, seeing things grow and how things are improving. And so we thank you for your leadership and the council. It's a great working environment.
It is,
Um,
you know.
And we look forward to another 4 years continuing
Yes,
that.
And I think the next 4 years gonna be even bigger and better.
Mhm.
You know, that hotel, I think, is just a start of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A lot of
So-
excitement.
Tish Williams, we have a few minutes here. We'd like to open it up to questions from our audience. And if you would just, raise your hand if you've got a question for the mayor. Everybody's muted. So if you want to ask a question, you need to unmute yourself.
Hey Tish, David Bailey, I have a question.
Hey,
Go right
Dave,
ahead.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
good
Oh,
morning.
good. Thanks, Mr. Mayor, for doing this. Look, I came in kind of late, so I'm hoping I'm not going to cover something that's already been asked. Waveland's doing some sidewalk projects. Is the city of Bay St. Louis looking to expand on that or do some sidewalk projects on any of the well-traveled streets, stuff like that?
Yeah, you know, right now we have one coming in on Washington Street from St. Francis back to the old Spanish Trail in front of MLK Park. We'll have parking and sidewalks there. Maya Drive, we should be starting that in the near future. We're going through now, putting culverts on one side. The other side's gonna be the sidewalks coming all the way down. Want to extend into Ranch. I know Highland Esplanade is being looked at to try to get sidewalks down through there. A little bit on Dunbar in that area where I think it's asphalt from Dunbar to the bridge.
Yeah.
Or, down, in that area, looking at redoing that area now and all. But the two big ones coming, I think everything else is pretty much funded except for Highland Esplanade. And we're trying to find the funds for that and come up with some of that. So other areas of town, I know there's been talk on, I think it's Subi. Subi down through there has been talked about. There's some other areas as well. But yeah, we think sidewalks is very important to the city, from a safety standpoint. I think Pine Street by the school is another one that's funded. We'll move forward on that. And that's a lot of these funds are coming from MDOT, for safe routes to school and things like that. So we've been very fortunate to capitalize on a lot of these grants from them. But yeah, we're always looking for ideas and improvements on sidewalk safety for not just our children and all, but pedestrians and citizens as well.
Super, thank you.
Mayor, we have a question from Jeremy Burke, the alderman from the city of Waveland and owner of Bay Books. Jeremy?
Oh, I didn't know I was going to ask a question, but I will.
Oh, man.
We figured you would.
Oh, I already called Mike with before. I was concerned that him running unopposed would meant that I was not going to get a Mike Favre for mayor shirt, but he assured me that I would. So that was one relief that I talked to him this morning about. But here's one thing, I guess, as a downtown business owner, I've heard. Obviously, golf carts have seemed like the general mode of transportation on Fridays and Saturdays down here. But once again, it's hard for people to get up, safely park them, somewhere that's not in actually a parking spot. I don't know if it's in the plan. I'm sure it's been kicked around, but what's the chances that maybe find a location in somewhere close to Old Town where it could be almost a, parking lot for golf carts? I think it'd probably utilize really well because people are worried about parking in parking lots. And the other thing that I wanted to ask is, I know it'd probably be teaming up with power company, is the chances of Bay St. Louis trying to figure out a way to get an electric charging station, since obviously you're seeing more of the Teslas and everything else show up in Old Town Bay St. Louis. It just seems like something that's almost lacking that's here. That's all I had.
Yeah, and that's two very good points. One, golf cart, and you're right, it's great that we have looked at maybe the possibility of converting some of our parallel spots into golf carts where you can fit more of them in. We're putting in for some grants and all, trying to secure that for parking and additional parking. We still have our garage that's starting to be utilized more as we go forward. It seems like, I guess it's being found easier with some of the new people in town riding around and all that don't mind walking, but yes, parking is a huge problem. And on that subject as well, I mentioned it earlier about the hotel. His parking will be taken care of very near. It'll be from where old Gabby's is, 119 Main Street right here. He'll have enough parking for his hotel starting on Main Street that goes all the way through to State Street. So he just finalized the deal with a little piece of property in between. They've got it worked out. So that's going to take a lot of what we're seeing now, the overnight parking on the street, and put it in his parking lot for his hotel. So moving forward, our biggest obstacle down here is parking in the downtown area and how we can accommodate all the new things coming. So, looking forward to that. Of course, we always doing the studies and all with Jason through MDOT and whoever else we can get grants for to provide this. There's some ideas out there of additional parking that, not ready to put out yet. So moving forward, we'll start looking at all that.
And Mayor,
shows coming.
some cities like Oxford, for instance, they have parking meters that keeps the traffic flowing. Has the city considered developing a parking meter program in the tight downtown district?
You know, it was looked at, and I'll take responsibility for not moving forward with that. We had all the information. We talked with the company out of Oxford that put that together with them. We have the information. It's been slow on my end with, you know, for whatever reasons and all to move forward. There's, you know, a good many of the council, I think, that's willing to go forward. And I really believe all of them are willing to go forward. I just have to get them the information and all, and so we can move forward and start looking at it. You know, it was talked about, you know, do you take just a beach and a main street, whatever, you know, your prime parking spots and put meters on that. It's a great revenue where it might, you know, come up with the chance to finance something for more parking and all, you know, away from this area, you know, right in front of businesses and all. You know, another thing with that is try to get, you know, continue to work with the employees and all to go park in the garage and make sure they have a secure way of getting there, whether it's through lighting or whatever. You know, we try to keep an officer down in this area downtown on Friday nights, Saturday nights, you know, patrolling, extra patrols. Sometimes they out and about. So we're trying to make them feel as comfortable as they can, try to get them to the garage when needed, whether, you know, they walk with them or whatever. We just need to get more of that going on, you know, so.
We just had another question from the audience. When are you planning to replace the signs that got washed out in the Hurricane Zeta?
Right now, they're forming a list, working with FEMA right now on that. We have a couple people going around, and you know, it used to be you could just, with FEMA, you know, put down what we have, what we need, what was, you know, missing. Now you have to provide a pic, you got to provide GPS coordinate, and there's a lot of paperwork going with it. But just, we finished up completely in Ward 6 with the information, I'd probably say middle of last week, I think it was. And there was over 500 out in that area that's got to be replaced. They're taking stop signs when they finding those missing. They're getting them replaced for the safety end of it as quick as possible on that. But, and they're in the downtown working through wards 1 through 5 right now, coming up with the list to turn over to FEMA. You know, it's gonna be a great reimbursement from them but we have to get that list to them. And we're moving forward as far as street signs and again, stop signs, waypoints and everything, you know, we need to just, you know, get that out there.
So I have a question coming in from Facebook from Lisa Monty. Do you have any details about what's going on with the movie that's being shot at the harbor? Do you know any details on it?
I guess it's a little action, love action movie, I guess you'd say, but I don't have a lot, you know, what it is and everything. And I don't.
Well, Lisa, I have the contact number for Bill Webb, who is our point of contact, and I can get that to you, Lisa, and you can follow up if you want to try to do a story on that. Do we have any other comments or questions? I see Ed Wyckoff.
Tish,
Yes,
hey, good
Ed.
morning. Good morning, everybody. First, I would like to congratulate Jason for doing a fine job hosting this this meeting. I think maybe the Grammys might be calling you sometime soon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, a couple of things. As far as the parking meters, I think it would be a great idea to get that in the works, certainly for Main Street and Beach Boulevard, the higher demand areas, to turn over those parking spots. And I think a benefit from having them would be to force people to maybe use the parking garage as free parking a little more often. So I think that would be a really good explanation for why we should put those in the higher demand areas in terms of increasing the amount of people that are actually going to park free and walk from the parking garage that is sorely underused right now. The other thing is that the parking garage might be a perfect place for those charging stations that we talked about earlier. It's kind of, you know, consistent with the design style and intent of that building in terms of being a bit more contemporary and Of course, it's protected and provides some parking in the shade and would be a good spot for somebody to park one of those nice expensive vehicles and charge it up. So those are just two things I wanted to add to this. I do want to say that I'm very pleased to be working with Jason in the city on a couple of projects where we are working right now, actually, and getting some of that additional funding for the depot and the ADA and Amtrak required improvements for that. It looks very positive right now about being able to get additional funds from the Southern Rail Commission. And we just got word, as the mayor mentioned, that Amtrak will be picking up a lot of the costs for the repairs to the platform. As if anyone's walked on that platform in the last few years, they've probably seen some damage from CSX work back in that area. And so those improvements are going to be handled by Amtrak. It looks very positive that that will be happening. And the other thing, of course, is the police station. We're beginning work on the police station plans right now. And so that is in the works, and we look to be getting that thing, I think, together within the next 6 months in terms of being able to get plans approved and move forward with that.
It's great to see the city
Yeah.
using our local architects for
Yeah.
these projects, our local
Yeah,
engineers.
it's wonderful to be working with the city, I have to say. It really is a
Yeah,
very
one-
cooperative and very positive group.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned, with the hookups and all at the garage, that's a great point. We're
Yeah.
getting ready to go out. We have some, I guess, work upgrades to do it at that,
Mhm.
and this might be the perfect opportunity to add that. So
Right.
that's a very good point to make and all, and we need to add that to our scope of work when we start looking at that area.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, I believe the city now is putting together that list, as you mentioned, of storm repairs and an RFQ that's going to come out for the work to be done to get those storm-related repairs that need to be done, both to the parking garage and various old city hall and other various facilities around the city.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ed. Are there any other comments? I see we have our member of our Board of Supervisors on here, Mr. Cody Canan. I don't know if Cody has anything he wants to add.
No, Tish, I don't. Just thank you, Mayor, for being on today. Jason, thank you for moderating this. I appreciate all the information. It's good to keep up, when we stay busy in our own little world over there, but having opportunities like this to stay involved and get the daily grind on what all's been going on in the works kind of keeps us informed and gives us some ideas on what we can kind of partner together and work with. And a lot of good things happening, a lot of good things happening in the county as a whole, Diamond Head, Waveland, Bay St. Louis. It's the positive time for all of us. And I just love seeing the growth. I don't have a whole lot to add, though. Thank y'all for the update today. Mayor, congratulations again on your on this next 4-year reign. We appreciate having you. Thank you. And look, we talked earlier about the council and some of the things, the great, team we built with that and everything. And that goes out to our supervisors as well. We've got some projects and plans with drainage, working with them that's being looked at right now. And again, they was a big part of this harbor expansion, and they've been there for us all along as well these past 4 years, and that if it wouldn't be for them, some of these projects wouldn't be on where we're at right now. So again, once again, to the supervisors as well, I didn't mean to leave y'all out earlier working with y'all. It's a pleasant situation the city of Bay St. Louis is in right now.
So Mayor, you don't have to go up for re-election, but there are others who do. So get the vote out on what's the date? Everybody needs to get out and vote.
April 6th. First one's April 6th. That's all primaries and everything. There's, I think, 4 of them at that time is in the primary election, and then it's June. I don't have that date right off the bat, but yes, it's very important to get out and vote. We're going to be pushing it on our end through it, through City Hall. Remind us, everything. And look, the ones that's elected now doing a great job. The ones running against them, everybody's doing a great job out there, and a lot of excitement in the election as well.
All right, and just to close this out, we were talking about all the people coming into our area, secondary homes becoming primary residents. Janice Guido is on the horn there. She's the co-chair with Regan Kane of our annual Parade of Homes, and that's going to be on July 17th. So stay tuned for more on that when you will see a showcase of homes that will be available for sale throughout Hancock County. I want to thank Hollywood Casino for joining us today and for being one of our premier corporate sponsors of the Hancock Chamber, as well as Chiniche Engineering and Surveying. Again, Jason, great job. Mayor, thanks for joining us today. And we look
Great job.
forward to more updates as more information becomes available. Y'all all have
Thanks,
a great
everybody.
weekend. And this weekend is Super Mud Fest in downtown Bay St. Louis.
Have a great weekend. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Very well done.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Well done.